work in the best interest of all. That's now what we can look at inside this show. Remember, on Monday, workers at the Ministry of Works and Public Assets been staged a protest after where the minister and the professional head of that ministry they belong on. Let me get one-on-one. That and other situations down the line we will analyze after the break.
With a promo code and get a welcome bonus. OneXBet.
Kotoku, now the easiest way for customer for pay merchant direct from an Orange Money wallet. It's fast, safe, and no need physical money at all. Whether not for shopping, for buy food, or for pay for service them. Just pay direct to the merchant in Kotoku wallet and avoid all the stress. It's easy. Just dial #144 *42#. Enter the receiver a mobile number. Enter the amount you want to pay and enter your secret code. After that, you go receive confirmation message we go show say the transaction don't go through. But not all that's normal. You can also scan and pay merchant through the Maxit app. Open the Maxit app, select Orange Money, select scan and pay. Scan the merchant in QR code. The merchant number go pop up. Enter the amount you want to pay. Enter your secret code. Then you go get message we go show say the transaction don't go through. Kotoku, na Orange Money, na Ingia power.
The bill na 9,950 them, sir. 1 Leons.
Now look at tender.
Okay, well please help me contact sir.
Oh, patient.
But do now we want pay with Kotoku 2 Orange Money on account back to me.
I don't pay like Kotoku. You don't see her?
Commission fine forget.
But wait, how them pay quick so?
Yes, with Kotoku, you no need for tinap na long line. Just for pay or even waste your time or risk your life for waka with Boku money. You can pay your merchants straight and safu one na in Orange Money Kotoku wallet. It's fast and simple. Just scan the merchant in QR code na the Maxit app. Enter the amount, enter your password and send. Or dial #144 *42#. Now you that. You merchant safe. Can enjoy free cash outs, Lily business loan, and get commission on any payment. So why you for waka with Boku money where you can just Kotoku am? Kotoku with Orange Money. It's fast, easy, and secure.
For a very long time now. Anyways, welcome back. This is today's show on Sleep TV. Patrick Saleh here. Remember, years down the line, threats don't happen, issues don't happen. Naturally in life, even within ourselves, we get conflict. I'm not going to talk now about where we meet other people, where we all interest them then different, the conflicts increase. So in governance, that's not so anything new, just like within ourselves. So over the years, political heads always or most times don't they get clashed with them professional heads, with them permanent secretaries or directors. I remember back then, I'll take you along, the issue of Alhaji Moi Joy Kai Kai, remember? Who had an issue with Mustafa Bai Attila. So Alhaji Moi Joy Kai Kai na be Minister of Social Welfare, Gender and Children's Affairs, and he begets issue with this young man, Mustafa Bai Attila, to the point that they even cost themselves. Remember those errors. The very Social Welfare Ministry, they also had, when Moi Joy Kai Kai and Mustafa Bai Attila, then got President Nkrumah at the time being pulled and come out, they bring in Dr. Sylvia Blyden as Minister of Social Welfare, and then who get to Nene Toure as deputy. Then same people here also been get some serious issues as well at that ministry day. And then fast forward to the Julius Maada Bio administration, now not going to the other ministries, departments, and agencies. They bring come to you the one the way more or less they don't become so glaring. Fast forward to the Julius Maada Bio administration, we get the issue of Cabinet Kalon, where be there as Minister of Transport and Aviation, the office in a U building. INSEF been get some issues with in deputy at the time, when been Sadiq Sila, we been resolved to, in fact, Sadiq Sila being sent as ambassador of Salon to Egypt. Now, Sadiq Sila has been in Egypt as ambassador for some years now. And then, fast forward till latest this week, on Monday. Well, this be done happen for some time now, according to reports. Dr. Dennis Sandi, the Minister of Works and Public Assets, be done one or two issues with a professional head, the Chief Director at the Ministry of Works, Engineer Paul Bokai. So then I go to the point that it make the office close on Monday. The worker them go on strike on Monday. So let's go back in time on Monday and listen to some of the workers on this very reason why they may decide for go on that strike action day as a result of the fight between the two elephants in the ministry.
Well, actually, I'm not able to explain much because as a civil servant, there are certain informations there where we not go spill out, you know. But the only thing we want to encourage those in authorities and Mr. President to let him intervene as soon as possible because these are our bosses, you know. And when two people are the fight with the extraordinary staff, now we they suffer. So we want to call on all those in charge for letting come in and see that this problem will be resolved as soon as possible.
Family, this morning will lock this office. Say, then he's standing the Minister of Works for go. This man not get respect for office of the president. He not get respect for commandant. He want let him go in your way. And we not professional people there. We not they go. We not they make any document where they go post in your way. Now professional work would they do? Would they do a professional work? We not they go work. Let you go na post in your way. Who side the whole problem starts? It starts for presidential lodge. We prepare a document for presidential law that avert the contract and newspaper. The people they apply for, AO contractor we apply for, it come to me and average of a lot of price for her. I tell and say, they are against the professional conduct because me when me cook the soup, I don't pull and give people not to me for it again. Now other person for serve. If I serve, I go rogue. So I no go price that contract day for Uncle Franklin because the contractor named Franklin. The contractor come to me, he say low price and the minister sena. The minister call me after your office for low price for the contractor for the presidential law. We not do one. We not do one. And so the whole thing start. Now I go against the professional and say, now I tell and say for low price. And I say no. I say me don't care from 1995. We meet Konebondo as minister. He not ever behave so. I don't left here Timbangura don't care as minister. He no ever behave so. I don't left here Dr. Boema don't care as minister. He no behave so. I don't left here John Tata Edos calling. He don't care as minister. He no behave so. I don't left here Papare don't care Kemo Sese Petito. They don't care Peter Barigu Conte. He no behave so. Pass you want let him go na you. I say we no go do am. And then the Avatar contractor they go in for a competitive bidding. We contractor then go. They open the B, who do the violation. Without win, he win. He don't take in a parliament, he don't rush with we, he not able win. He don't give letter to professional head for law, he get leave. We not to him right, not to him forgive. If professional head do any bad, he the right to HRMO, he right to Public Service Commission, Head of Civil Service and State House. Now then go look into her. If he complain where he do, he merit for let go leave. But you know go take up on himself for let's send professional head leave. This Friday, professional head go budget meeting. We all go budget meeting. He match professional head out say like come on. Now professional head say no, he no come on now because now he get in ministry. You know for send professional head leave without the consent of all these players that were not named to you. If professional head do bad, you want send a leave. Now tribunal then they set. They look into her. I say where they want put auditor. They set tribunal. Where they want put that judge recently, they set commissioner. Where they find a guilty, they send her to leave. So, but you know, we send professional head leave. Where you know get no iota of right for send her leave. We not go green. I make lock here this money for lot protests, for let the whole world know, for let His Excellency know say this man not dey good job now. He get divide the rule. One of the things we mention in a letter is say the man refused for surrender in personal phone. Can you imagine? Then the other reason say he send staff them out for go work where he not tell her. And we not to him right. Professional here now they send technical staff there na feed. Not to minister. Minister want do procurement work. Then at the back for workers procurement. He want direct procurement waiting for do. He want direct HR unit. He want direct professional wing. He want direct the PH waiting PS waiting for do. And you know they work so. Not to one person they work. Not to a kangaroo government who they run. Who they run a serious democratic government. How they run? Who not they run kangaroo ministry. They not will see you outside because he want let professional head do certain we not correct. And the man not go ever do it. He not go ever. Yeah. He want let sign certain document there we not correct. He they go, for example, he get a ministerial quarter Lanzen. If they go prepare survey plan for let the man sign. The man say me not go sign or me not to director of survey. And professional not to director of survey. If you want sign, let they sign any land document na director of land na he sign. If president not pull this man here, he don't say quarter 5 railway quarter na bo to Reverend Johnson. Harvest Field Church na in the Presbyterian Street. Yeah, 98 don't interview, 98 don't run all that show day. He be there 98. I dey tell you with evidence. Me na ministry me dey work. I don't tell her from 1995. If I tell you something, not to think we na lie, I dey lie. Yeah? If you not lie, if you not na lie, I know you talk. This na media I dey talk to. I'm quite sure what I dey do. Mr. President, sir, if you not pull this man here, PWD quarter, we say PWD land day, we say the workshop day. Everything get for go. The quarter land there, all don't go. If you not pull this man here, even State House you get for seller. Complain don't go. The man alright professional here don't respond to her. You know wait, he saying a consultant. We don't need consultant now. You know get no no additional value where they add to this ministry or consultant. We don't want her. Because anytime where the man go, it carry divide the rule. Again, your own team A we don't say. And not to suffer wrong government. Government you meet people and without you, the ministry they run. As long as professional head PS day, without you, without the ministry they run. We they wait for the president for let take a decision. We they wait for State House, Head of Civil Service, Public Service Commission, HRMO for let they intervene in this case. Chief Minister for let intervene. If you not intervene, we not go stop the strike. Any side we send you now, we not go do am. As professionals then, we the strike, we they put down with tools then. We can't sit down in our office, so we will sit down, but we not go work. Let they can look into this matter speedily.
That's some of the staff them on Monday at the Ministry of Works and Public Assets. So just after the strike action, the Office of the President put out a letter. We see a letter from the Office of the President. We actually send the said people on an immediate leave. They say formal query and directive to proceed on immediate leave pending full administrative review. This letter then be addressed to the Honorable Minister of Works, Dr. Dennis Sandi, precisely. So this now the situation as at 22nd of September, which was, I think, Tuesday, was it? Now, the thing don't turn out one kind of way. It don't turn a very big public discussion. But I'll clarify these issues. Waiting minister for do, waiting a professional head for do. For that, I get with me Ahmed Yela, the Executive Secretary for the Civil Society Consortium on Accountability and Public Public Service Delivery, and Mohammed Kamara, an editor of the Watch newspaper. And Humanity. Gentlemen, welcome to the show.
Yeah, it is a pleasure of hosting us today.
And online, I get Augustine Sasheku, the veteran and retired public service guru, retired permanent secretary, and currently the chairman for Kono District Council. Augustine Sasheku don't work literally every ministry in this country. Mr. Sheku, good afternoon, or good evening, sir.
Yeah, good afternoon, Sally and Co. I bring greetings from Makeni, which are currently on an event. But because Una asked me for give me own perspective about this issue, I make myself available. So I want to say good afternoon to people there across Sierra Leone.
Thank you. You could speak to us and make time, especially for clarify some of these key issues. So, Mr. Sheku, you don't serve almost all the government ministries in this country, and you retired just before 2023. Currently, though, you're serving as District Council Chairman for Kono. But I'll put the District Council Chairman aside and focus on the issue we don't turn bone at root between government ministers and then the professional heads. What in minister for do? What in professional heads for do? Like permanent secretaries and then directors? Because I remember at some point, you are the permanent secretary in the Ministry of Energy at some point, you and the minister at some point, Professor Ogunlade Davidson, and I've been getting some issues as well. What actually can cause these issues between ministers and the professional heads?
Well, first of all, I don't listen to the background information I give. The one between ministers and their deputies, and they would say in an interpersonal relationship, because they are all political figures where president they delegate in authority to let them serve in a particular sector. But when it comes to the relationship between ministers and the bureaucrats, we include the permanent secretary, the professional head, and all civil servants, we're not to politicians. The rules are very, very clear. In good governance, the two things give you the result you want. You get the political system, when they give the people them the right or the privilege, or make them put people there into office through an electorate process. And then you get the permanent bureaucracy, where then the structure, where then politicians then rely on, for make them run the government, for that then go able for deliver on the agenda where they don't set based on the promises them where they don't make to the people them. And the Constitution is very clear. I think Section 62, it clearly talk about how ministry will be run. It said the minister then get direction and control over the ministry. there is a subject to that direction and control. The ministry is under the supervision of a permanent secretary. So meaning the minister, they provide the leadership, the permanent secretary and his staff, then provide the management. Now, ministers, they're not to functionaries. When I say functionaries, they don't forget any qualification for them to become ministers. They therefore, first of all, enjoy the trust of the government, of the president, when then they get the power for appoint them. And then they go to parliament for endorsement. Because the two structures where the people they elect are the president and parliament. So let me the constitution say president now you they nominate, then parliament go confirm. So then go talk say this particular ministry is under this individual. We president appoint and parliament don't confirm. But we then go because they're not to technocrats. They therefore rely on the expertise of the technocrats. In this case, the permanent secretary, now they head the ministry in terms of functionality. So if you be somebody who if you vast in two things, we call them principles. Management, knowledge of principles and knowledge of subject matter. Knowledge of principles, then they own. Now how for plan, how for manage a budget, how for manage the staff, how for ensure say they're able for draft programs them based on the minister in vision, so they will present them to the minister. Now the knowledge of the subject matter, ain't no get forget all of that knowledge. So now make them get other staff they under them. So like the professional ministry like works, you get the professional head where they call now chief director. Because now an engineering ministry, now an engineer where then they normally appoint to that position there. And the appointing body, the Public Service Commission, if they advertise, people they apply, then compete. Then they're able for interview them, and scrutinize them, they make sure say they get the qualification and the competencies within the advertisement. Because now that competencies and they can put at the disposal of the minister. Because minister, you don't know about laws and way then they regulate the ministry in functions. You don't know about procurement issues. You don't know about financial management. You don't know about staffing matters. So then people then they way now then are the technical people. Now then they assemble together, they appoint them, whether they call them the bureaucracy or the civil service.
Okay.
So whatever minister they do, they go tell them say, for example, like when I read and they talk about presidential lodge, say I want for build presidential lodge. He left now with the permanent secretary. For let it tell the professional head, then they come with the designs, then they come with the BOQs, and then do they build them, they advertise through the procurement process. And then they allow the person when the most responsive bidder for let emerge based on the assessment we're going to do. After we don't do that one day, they can now submit the report of the procurement committee to the chairman of the procurement committee, when under the permanent secretary. Then once the procurement committee don't agree, the permanent secretary now go make sure say they get whatever other requirements them way it's supposed to get, like for going to NPPA as the case may be. Once you don't get that clearance, they can go to the minister now for sign, because the minister now is the head of entity. But the minister not for take part in all of these processes, because if they don't select the bidder and then they aggrieve, the first person they go complain to at the head of entity when at the minister. Now go say this thing I don't bring to me for sign. I don't get so protest to law when I go review them. Don't review them. If they review them based on what they review, they talk, and the advisory they give them, Now go make a take further decision. If he convince, he can sign. And if the person say he agree, he go on the independent review panel. So the reality is, for there you get a bureaucratic system or a democratic system, you forget the minister, when I'm president, they appoint as a representative of the president, where the president are the representative of the people, because now they elect, and then parliament go endorse them. So in they come not as a functionary, but as a delegate or as the leader, for ensure say the president in vision, be able to implement them through this bureaucracy. So that's so if you work that way, they get issues. But if you don't work that way, it can either be incompetence if the bureaucratic it can be what they call abuse of public office. If the minister now go interfere, we get a case of that with the Ministry of Health under President Bai Koroma, where a particular minister, Mr. Koroma, he go against what in the procurement committee recommend. That matter they been going to ACC, they been go for dismiss the minister. So you got all the checks and balances. Now so me see from the public sector perspective.
Okay, this issue don't happen from the Ernest Bai Koroma administration to the Julius Maada Bio administration now, and seem possible for continue as we move to subsequent administrations, and even in this current administration with how things they go so far. Is it that the two people, the ministers and the professional heads, they don't seem for no a distinction between their roles, or it's just a matter of ego, like where one member of parliament, when also a retired person, we will talk to him later in the show, put him say ego usually can happen. Is it a distinction between the roles where they're not able to understand, or one person they feel too powerful, say na me this, so I've assert my authority?
Well, me believe say na functional relationship. Because I remember when this second term of His Excellency been start, we appoint the Minister of Public Administration. Then been conduct an orientation. And me say the time where I've been the work, we've been get a similar orientation. We then bring the permanent secretaries and the ministers together. For me, they can see how they go create a harmonious working relationship between them. But the reality is, the ministers they can say the civil servants they're incompetent. That is the perception of the ministers. The civil servants themselves then they tell the ministers and say they want for abuse their offices, because then they go see the president at cabinet level where the civil servant did it. So as a result, there is that mistrust between them. And so you can find out, say, one person can get an interest in something, but the other one say, no, you get to follow procedures. So now the conflict can be. But the rules are very clear. I think the Constitution also, the permanent secretary, when I get the bureaucracy, he make us the head of the ministry or the head of management of the ministry. But he make the minister as the head of entity.
Okay, so this is where the problem is now. The Constitution is not clear about who that for perform which role. It just make a normal say this.
I believe say the permanent secretary, if at all the minister get an issue with the professional head, if I don't write to the permanent secretary, he complain the professional head, and the permanent secretary now, they go set up an investigating committee for inquire into the conduct of the minister. I'm sorry, of the professional head. And then outside the committee advise them, say this incompetence or insubordination. therefore send the matter to the Public Service Commission through the HRMO.
Okay.
HRMO then will go review the report from the ministry, and then if you find out say the professional head get a case for answer, they send and go to the Public Service Commission. Now then now we'll go set up a disciplinary committee for making them deal with the matter. Now only then the outcome of the decision of the Public Service Commission, the investigation of the Public Service Commission,
okay,
now in go then go implement for deal with that professional head, because I'm a very senior officer. They are a very senior officer, and therefore the only Public Service Commission get right for suspend them after when they don't take them stage, then they will not explain to you so.
Okay. Mr. Sheku, thank you. You take time for clarify some of these points for me. Except maybe you get any further clarification for make with we, insofar as these issues are concerned. Now, with the tension where they rise between ministers, in fact, and then deputies, firstly, and on the other hand, between ministers and the permanent secretaries, maybe. Well, you also at some point be a victim. I remember clearly you and Professor Ogulade Davis in the Ministry of Energy when you were there as permanent secretary. So you think there is need for review of the policies, the constitution, or any rules where govern such operations of ministries, departments, and agencies?
I think the current Minister for Public Administration have been done do a very good work in terms of looking at the bureaucracy, about harmonization, and the relational function between them. And I think they don't even draft the Public Service Act, where you get for going to Parliament. And then therefore, I think including also inside the Constitution, so that then we will know exactly the role of the bureaucracy, which will be anchored in the Constitution.
Okay.
To address all of them anomalies, which can lead to tension.
Okay.
But the way we look at them is that there is no need for any tension if only people go by the structure where the Constitution established. So the minister, they post when in principal advisor, the permanent secretary. So if you get issue with any staff, if you don't write to the permanent secretary, then the permanent secretary now take the internal measures that I don't already talk about, and then where they find the premier facilities against the senior officer, they can refer to the Public Service Commission through the HRMO. You see, the reason why they do that one did, now for make sure, say, the civil servant or the public servant, we're not a politician, is protected. Because anytime when you get a change of government, you find out, say, especially when there is a change from one political party to the other, politicians, they come with a mindset. Then people there, when they do the government in work professionally, they're going to be protected.
Okay.
So I make them give them then regulations. In the case of the politician, the president nine the discipline, because nine they appoint them, nine they dismiss them. But for the bureaucracy, because they are appointed through a system, through a process, and then they appoint them based on the sabi. Then they ensure say, then give them that kind of protection.
All right.
Where you get for follow procedures for making able for discipline them.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Sheku. Augustine Sheku, we appreciate your time all speaking to us online all the way from McKinney and routes to the south. Thank you very much for your time, sir.
Thank you very much. In most countries of the world, they can always get a reservoir of functionaries where they can refer to in the event they get issues where it relates to the establishment where they run the country. And some of we will prepare for providing kind services then they, so that the structure we left behind is able to stand the test of time, and is able to contribute to the development of this country, because no country will develop if you don't get a very efficient bureaucracy. At the same time, no country will go stable if you don't get a popular political system. So that combination of them two, then they account for good governance. You get an efficient bureaucracy, you get a popular political system. When you combine them two, then the people then they enjoy, because they get the good services, they know some efficient services and they get, corruption no go there, abuse of office no go there, the civil servant will be free for do what he believe say they do, the politician will believe say they deliver, because you get people that way and they guide them, so they don't go against the law.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir. Augustine Sasheku.
It's a pleasure.
Now, the current chairman for the Connaught District Council and in a retired permanent secretary. You don't work now you don't serve as permanent secretary in almost all government ministries. That's alone. We're appreciating time so much. Let's come now to studios and talk to Mohammed Kamara, editor for Humanity, the Watch newspapers, and Ahmed Hila, executive secretary for the consortium, Civil Society Consortium on Accountability and Public Service. Let's start with you, Mohammed Kamara. With all this will happen, so with the history and background, I don't have to ask, would I feel say, don't they step on incompetent toes? But if I may, would I feel say, always don't they step on incompetent toes?
Moderator, I don't go in for those conventional theories. I'm a journalist. I'm a trustee of the people. I'll tell the reality of issues, them quite different a bit from what permanent secretary don't talk. The cause of everything. That is my responsibility.
Okay.
Now, take 3 people away come up from PMDC. Okay. Charles Magai, Mohamed Bongura, then Dr. Dennis. 4, Benjamin Davis.
Mojo Kaikai.
Yeah, Mojo Kaikai. Take their behavior as a journalist, comparatively. Then come out of an arrangement with the APC for coming to the public domain. Also, when the APC appoints Tandi as lands minister, what will be there? Journalistically, they say the next one where they carry this country, not to the 11 years where we don't pass, now for land, not so. We all been there, not so.
Yes.
Sandy was playing a dirty game. Sandy even was tribalistic at the Ministry of Lands.
To the point that quite recently the courts ruled against the Ministry of Lands for a Pratt family land where they say he let out to...
Come on. We didn't take the journalistic side, not to the conventional side. Now, let me tell you.
But before you continue, all of them people there so were originally SLPP before they go PMDC and come back SLPP.
Yeah. Any political party gets an ideology. Anybody who are not aligned by a own political party ideology, and they traverse from one political party to another, not get confidence for that. They're searching for something. I bet you this, all over the world, including Sweden, that the worst. Right? Right. Now, Mohamed Bongura in for kidnap PDP illegally. Charles Magai don't tire. Right? Let me just tell you, Sandy, believe it me or you, I talk on behalf of the people there. Except this country, where they appoint a minister, it will go by merit. It's not backed by any inflation somebody. Anything will go right here. I tell you this, Mohamed Kamara. Sandy, all the time where they in a Ministry of Lands, where they do dubious games them, he was favored by an inflation somebody, where he don't go church up. Evidence. Where is Saka? Where is Saka? What happened? He went to Gambia. What's he going to do in Gambia? He went for taking an administrative job. He came back because you don't pull with the Maracas them. And I tell you something, I come. Allow me. I talk to the public.
Yes.
Man, I don't get complex over nobody. All in the political landscape of this country, whether APC or SLPP, except that say somebody where I appoint, if do by merit, it no go, ever stop what Sadi do. Look, Sadi get PhD. Philosophy tell you say, dignity does not consist of our academic honors, but of deserving them. The academic honor where Sadi get from South Africa, I think, it don't go to behavior. Why? Because he get influence. Because what you do, look, Chief Minister talk of delivery, right? And the performance, what did they go sign? Sandy not for pass the test. What is man tell we? You know for pass the test. Sandy, I tell you this in the lecture room at FBC, students, they're both male and female. I get evidence to accept that where show say, he was not professionally able to be professionally. Senator is trying for feeding any political party in this country, not even the lecture room. I tell you this.
But Ahmed, when it comes to, we not get anything for test. How would I say, forensic device we will use for test somebody in attitude, whether now, previously, or waiting will become tomorrow.
Okay.
Everybody get a tendency for change.
Okay, let me come into that.
No, that just say from Ahmed. Then more or less their voice is on accountability and public service. And now it's affecting public service.
Yes, of course. I want to tell Paminda plenty thank you to you and Sleep TV for hosting on this very important subject. First of all, I would like for preface on the several, the conflicts that they go around ministries, MDs. Yeah, I would like for name few. This one are just one of the many issues the way they go. I don't know if you don't see.
You mean currently?
Currently, of course. Yeah.
This administration?
Yes, of course. This bill's administration.
Okay.
There is a suspension letter also to the director of NPAA,
National Protected Area Authority,
yes,
by the Minister of Environment.
The Minister of Environment and Climate Change, and also the deputy, which not to appoint, then people in there for serve. President Bio, on his own volition, appointed those people to serve, but the minister go ahead and suspend them people in there without doing the due diligence.
But I need to supervise them. Now a ministry then.
If they don't get it right.
They are all political appointees. They are not. They are not administrative. They are not
all political appointees by president. If anybody contravene, now President Bio get for either left handed or deposit. So this one are just a testament for say many of them things that they happen. You go to Health Service Commission. Yusuf Keke Thomas Adi, the Papa Nande as the board chairman for Health Service Commission. We also get similar issue with within the go on the Ministry of Works. Meaning, because of the president, need a set precedent, they found out say some of them things here they keep occurring. If the president is not closer or is not monitoring or effective, they found out say we the people we vote the president in, we suffer forget service delivery. And that is the case. What is happening? President Bio, each time a country town, perhaps it will take 2 days or 3 days or 5 or 1 week or 1 month. It always there out. How you go able for monitor for like know waiting at the realities on the ground?
But you not necessarily need for the physically for like know waiting they happen within your system. No. Before, and take action, the necessary actions.
I'll tell you this, my brother. If you born Pikile, you Pikile all the time, you the papa. Now next midnight, now they go now. How you gonna waiting they happen? Waiting they happen at the house. You're not familiar with issues waiting they happen.
But mama will give you updates.
The mama said tell they go now, she don't sleep. I go give you updates. 8 o'clock you get for couple. Now not get sufficient time. These are some of the things that this will happen. President Bio they come just not from that. You know all of these inefficiencies. They still they continue for left Dr. Sardine at the ministry. Of course, Dr. Sardine as the Minister of Works. When you look at, in fact, now the worst ministry ever.
Ministry of Works.
Ministry of Works.
You mean in terms of performance?
In terms of performance, in terms of service delivery, in terms of every other thing.
From what lens or which yardstick on use? You mean from the performance contract we then signed with the chief minister?
I don't want to go into the performance contract. When you look at what they see, you apply with motor car, or you take bike, or you take keke, they see number of potholes. They see number of roads that we don't, neglected, abandoned under your purview, under your own jurisdiction. Meaning it's not in control. And meaning not actually.
But the other question is, you get the resources for handle that? You get the resources?
When
is it to occupy one box by one shot?
No. When a minister is not competent, when a minister is not effective, there are so many things that we not going to forget under your jurisdiction, and that is the case. Instead for like you able to fix the system. It end up for make palaver to everybody in a professional. So and this issue of the professional head is Dr. Sadi allegedly, and also the deputy minister of Works, then they, in a serious move of selling government quarters, the government lands and properties. We get voice messages, we get side away, now evidence, people don't meet in our office. We then carry evidence, they leave for say, the deputy minister and the minister, they connive for sale, government quarters. And that's it, that shows say, they are not effective, they're not competent for serve.
Okay. Yeah. Mr. Kamara, let's see you have a comment.
So one, Kemosi said it. Why not Sandy? I mean, look at the politics who will go. Kemosi say
and Kadisi say.
Yeah, at the Commission of Inquiry, we get for no say. He said government quarters them. Now there is a conflict about the patrol where you talk about we don't talk to patrol. The conflict when they get a Minister of Works is that their functions are not defined among the Minister of Works, Road Maintenance Fund, and the SLRA. There was a press conference now, Minister of Foreign Affairs, we will be the only. The Director General of SLRA talks say he don't give 10 billion to RMFA for simple say they cure everything, then patrol them. Look what happened. We go investigate RMF. RMF said a lie in the lie. They will ask now the SLRA boss for the PTT talk. He said no, the talk soon. Look, the Minister of Works, they don't function them again before. They don't split up. Now, even the Asset Commission, they had a conflict with the Minister of Works for quite a long time, even before Sadi came into power. You understand, eh? Mm-hmm. So just like the CEO say, if these functions are not well defined, now the report will say, when ACC audit report, they make reports. Now, the substandard material they use for repair, they patrol them. When they make up to 1 to 2 weeks, all things done back. So waiting, when you look at the subvention they give for them, repair them, for in huge, which side they go? So we don't suffer. But you know what I blame? That we. Because, look, the media get power.
And then we have the issue of the Minister of Tourism and in deputy also reported being the same in the same still relationship.
And I encourage my colleague that we they take the blame from the public, the CSO in the media. You know why? To me, the media, we get commercial journalism, we get conventional, but the radical journalism is very few. Where I belong to, right? Right? Okay, if we don't, okay, we need money, we need everything, but let me talk through on behalf of the people then. Let it CSO as equally as well. Then the organized people and thousands come out in the street for protest for a particular issue will affect irrespective of who, whether APC or LPP. Then the one go to say, yes, we do the work. Now we still get the country. Not a politician get the country. Now CSO and journal media and I get the country. You know evidently, almost governments of developed countries them where we don't make sure they know we exist. Richard Nixon, we don't put on power. To Washington get to reporters, not so. In Ghana, a journalist, he makes sure say he investigate 7 judges there where they sack them. What do we do now? If we go for money, don't go for the truth as well. You understand, sir? The problem of people all like this country don't to pitch all today. It affects the springs them, of boat drivers them, everyone kind of everywhere. Now we investigate around outside the money go.
When we talk about these clashes between ministers and then professional heads, or even them and then deputy ministers, I just cited the tourism situation as well as being reported, being in the same still relationship, and then we start for the ask. Them very incident there. You say the president's supposed to be aware.
The president is the problem.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yes, of course. Because when you get it picking all the time from the alala problem, this.
So which is why
you make a comparative analysis referencing the past government.
Yes.
During the Ernest Koeman's time, we see that Ambassador Albami Kamana, Ministry of Youth, we been get problem with interpreting. What do? He lived all too. Dr. Silva Bladini and also interpreting. What did Ernest Koeman do? He lived all too. Attila and Mojwe Kakai. What did he do also? He lived them all too. But President Bio, they know all of these things. Instead, he just watch them from that ignore.
Correct.
And it is not helping the situation. If we just keep for ignore, meaning we need to get the service delivery. Let's say for instance, waiting to happen at Ministry of Works now. They're not able for work.
Yeah.
If you're not able for work, how me and you would be able to get the service?
Yeah.
How me and you would be able to get the service? President Bio, it is sort of unfortunate that all the way to we can see now social media now about a bogus praising of President Bio all the time, rather than focusing on the real issues that is happening on the ground. And waiting to happen on the ground, like waiting, my colleague they say, the civil society and the media, we have the biggest responsibility. At the end of the day, you know, tomorrow, we say, oh, we did do. But we did not say so, we did not say so. So it is time, that it is high time, we stood firm, and we tell the power, the truth, that the frequent traveling of President Bio, yes, they go for where we get resources, they go for the benefit of Salon. But many benefits don't come. We are still in limbo. We are still in predicament. We still they suffer. What is happening? Nothing did happen. And then can say a popular slogan where they can say, kill dog before dog, let dog know say die. If then kind thing that don't happen, a minister will not get any jurisdiction for sack appointees of President Bio. That is it. That you know what that means? The same thing happened to of course, the Minister of Fisheries, the deputy and her minister, the deputy and the minister. They need a CI to eye.
Right now?
Yeah, sure.
We don't document a lot of this, then Tiawari issue. We have documented it, and we keep documenting. If you look at the service delivery, the ministry, department, and agencies that really work, I admire the relationship between James Bio, SLRSA, and the deputy. They have a very good, relationship. Even when the boss knows this, the deputy takes, in charge. But that is not happening in other side. And President Bio, some of these things I didn't know.
So you mean in other places, in the way say the minister come before things happen?
Of course, if the minister not come, nothing will happen. We know the minister, we know the ministries and they, we know the departments and they, we know the agencies and they, and the right to the office of the president for take cognizance and take action of some of them things. But the president is very lackluster, very slow for take action of them. Then things that will happen. And if I now say we are not getting the surface, when you ask
Mr. Sheku,
when you ask not to Mr. Sheku, you ask this agency with the
Public Service Commission.
No, you make reference of the roads.
RMFA.
RMFA.
Road Maintenance Fund Administration.
Every sales of fuel of liter. For every sales of fuel of liter, then gets a percentage. Where then they get. Then percentage are for fix the bad roads. But the roads are not being fixed. And nobody's asking, where are these monies going? Who's the money are they go? These are taxpayers' money.
But you know they go to the Ministry of Works and account there.
No, my brother. They have a very sophisticated syndicate. Just like waiting will happen now.
Allegedly.
Let me tell you something. Go back to National Revenue Authority. How comes you begin to ask yourself a question? How comes people where they work na the Asikuda? This is a sophisticated system being set.
Wataki?
No, not Wataki.
Okay, South Africa.
Yes, South Africa.
The system.
The system doing in South Africa. The headquarters.
They call them automated systems for customs data.
So how comes people reject them thing
they bypass them?
Yes, bypass the system. Delete waiting for delete, whatever waiting for delete. Go na the enter na the money we don't go na the bank. Pull on the back, connive with some of the banks then at the detriment of the taxpayers. Where are we going? And I remember vividly, and this is very explicit today all over, that President Bio made it very clear that it takes along from the abandoned state to the limelight of positivity. Where are we? Are we making any progress? Are we making any progress in all of these sectors? Are we making few sectors? Few administrative where they do well. Where are we going? Where is the problem? What is the president doing?
Okay.
Because now I come party Salia. If the president failed to take decision, a decisive decision on some of them matter of not only for let's sack Dr. Sandi this time, but for let also investigate them for some of the lands we know allegedly who they investigate for say they don't connive for sale some of them government quarters.
And some of his staff then say he don't sell some quarters them in fact.
You see, that mean
illegally.
That mean another day These are evidence. And the president, what did the president do? Now for just say, okay, the suspension, not right, let all man go. Is that how you do?
They say let proceed on leave.
Yeah.
Let's say let proceed on leave.
But that is not, I mean, they're not healthy.
But usually in a salon, when they say let proceed on leave, we know what can be the end. You know the issue of Lara Telopias, for example. You know the issue of the former Chief Justice Babatunde Edwards, when they tell and say proceed on leave. They never returned. We know when they say proceed on leave, usually what can happen.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, let me call the things by its real names. If he wanted to sack Dr. Sandy, let me make him very clear, very lucid to all of us. Say it has also been, I mean, you don't please the president for let sack. Not to
sack him, but then go get appointment.
Not only sack. Not only sack this time. Perhaps you don't do a one-time feature. This Dr. Sandy, notably known for bad things. Now any Southside they put her. Everybody known as alone. The president still keep this man under his jurisdiction. Then he want for succeed as president. What did he want for left? If he continue for left Dr. Sandy, not only for let sack him this time, now but for let investigate, let them also investigate him with some of the related, land matters that way they say don't say. Before he left Ministry of Land, we know the issues that we did it. And we know number of issues we don't do in that place right now as a result of one man. For Manescoma in time, he demand they continue for do bad, but they go without any punitive measures and without any actions. This time, if President Bio failed for sack and also let the Anti-Corruption Commission investigate Dr. Sandy, would they protest? Would they protest? We call on the people of Salone for them enjoying the civil society. That
I would think say for solve this problem before we close this conversation.
How for solve the problem?
Yes.
How for solve the problem? One.
Aside just sacking, because it's like say the ministers and the deputies they overstep their boundaries, or the ministers and the permanent secretaries or whoever, then they overstep their boundaries. Each of them do not even know who side and stand. One they feel vulnerable, the other and they feel powerful.
In all of these legal
even though Mr. Sheku, when a veteran civil servant, don't clarify some of the things based on the experience.
But he was very diplomatic in explaining these terminologies. Not to like they put up. So we have nothing to fear.
That is it.
We represent the people, and we say things adequately without no fear of evil. If President Bio do well today, we praise him. If he do bad today back, we tell him, say, President Bio, this is not correct. That is the responsibility of.
So how do we get over this? Now, what you recommend?
Now, due diligence. Not only because of you don't get the power today for be president, therefore, if they just connect him, man, the normal say some power, can't govern. No, that is not the case. If you say you get history of Ahmed, that Ahmed is corrupt, they get history of Ahmed, they do bad things. There's no need for, particularly we don't come a long way. We don't come a long way. You understand?
Yeah.
If you don't know me, say Ahmed not capable for you. There's no need for your appointment. Because at the end of the day, I will not deliver. And if you don't deliver, where they suffer? Now the grassroots, now we they suffer, now the people they suffer.
And the blame they go back to UA appointers.
Yeah, UA appointers. That make the president they get big. Not to say like the presidents they do well. Not to say like they do well. In certain areas, they do very fantastically well. But whether they poorly, say when you don't do plenty good, then one bad. They call it the charm granite. Plenty granite that you much way good. They can't charm one, what's in one. It repeats all thing.
Yeah.
That is exactly what they happen. The second recommendation, I think this 1991 Constitution gets a lot of anomalies. The problems in Boku and that Constitution. We all got to come together and try to see some of the things that we're not correct. Follow we try to fix them as a citizen, because this is a 21st century, a conventional a constitution able for guide me, because mark you, we don't get a lot of constitution there. Slatter constitution, black hole constitution, you name them. We don't get a lot of them constitution in there. But when you look at the pros and cons, you look at the merit and demerit, then if the demerit pass outweigh the merit, I think it is your opposite and look at you assess yourself. Say any life way they examine, it is not worth living according to a political philosopher, and that is the case. the president therefore do a rethink and do a real, assessment of assessing some of these appointments that we don't make. They are not helping, the service delivery.
But again, Bakamara, the point I raised earlier, you not get any forensic system for test somebody's character or attitude before you give them a job.
It can change.
Anybody can change at any point in time.
Today you are perfect. Yes, sir. Yeah. Today you are perfect as Patrick Salia, and you have been known for that. But we don't know waiting tomorrow.
Yeah.
That make Machiavelli say the end justify the means. Timurmane say tankakuro mo lepsa montesa. So for Madingo side, anyang ni sarinya ke kilakorosi. So some of these things here get for put them into context and contextualize that. But in all of this, who do we give power? We gave power to President Bio because of the beautiful, words. But if them words say they
so anything we minister they do not get for end of
at the end of the day, that is exactly what is happening.
Yes.
We are not blaming. Okay, when something happened to the police, now IG, now in picture, now in the go, that they get control of him boys there. And this one, it clearly shows President Bio is not in charge. If President Bio is in charge, there is no need for them even wait or for let's say they send this man to leave. No, this is not correct. Sack the man, let them investigate him. Let them investigate him. You don't see the evidence of with professional heads. The man they went on another place, they over 20 years of outstanding knowledge.
And the letter from Baba Fortune, when the secretary to the president, clearly say then they in receipt of audio recordings.
Yes, audio recordings.
Recordings and other evidence. They say we are also privy to audio recordings bordering on the same subjects between the Chief Director of Public Works and your humble self.
You see?
Kindly be informed that this matter is now in the public view and has been brought to the high attention of His Excellency the President.
Ezra, we're not constitutionally abiding, no matter. I agree with what you said to say. It's not this letter condemn and force. We don't need to go that far. If you think of democracy and look at what the Western world they do, what they try for copy, you don't need to go far with this kind of thing. So at this position, thousands of people they want her. If it goes wrong, deal with him, others will follow. Right? But how could you relax? As that make a talk say, influence 9-point politics as a rule. Sardino Usa Imas.
But you know the diverse influence from politics.
Mr. Moderator, Sardino Usa Imas. Sadi has been sacked and recalled again, sacked and recalled again. It's not the first time. Of all, just like my colleague said, all the bats of Sadio is well protected.
So you mean they give scope to other people for misbehavior?
Mr. I've been to developed countries where in this case is shot. Sack him now, investigate him tomorrow. That is democracy. You don't have to tell me that. Sack him now, investigate him tomorrow, or this night, is that was all democracy. But any lapses, any prolongation is not democracy. Why? Because a regime comes, a regime goes. One example could probably kill the rest in the near future. But with this, it happened from APC to SLPP. The same man is still feels to say on top of the wall. I mean, it is happening. It is happening really. It is happening really. Now, I always talk say, if we get about 5 to 10 terrorists like Mohammed Kamara, we would have done just like we are sitting post to. I tell you this proudly. I don't need nothing from nobody past God in blessing. You know why? We have done lots of mistakes when they happen to the ordinary man. The people are suffering because of all this. How much are you once again? SLPP tell me, Chief APC lands, Chief SLPP lands, he can't make it. Are you easy? Just mathematically, we're all the same.
Okay.
Why should we get so much favors them? Let them listen to the CSOs and the media and take action. That is what democracy is all about.
Like you say, lock pass fine.
Exactly. But in this
lock pass fine.
Yeah, but in this circumstance, not to find who they eat.
And they say lock.
We don't see plenty baby there. Whether the sack man not because of your fine, now how you pocket food. In this circumstance, if it's a service delivery, not day in place, where the president signed a contract, we get a social contract for let perform, for let give you the services. If you're able to give you deliver the service, that means it's not fit for let.
So for now, also agree say the president's aid all this day.
Of course.
We appointed him.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Ahmedillah and Mohammed Kamara. Ahmedillah is the Executive Secretary for the Civil Society Consortium on Accountability and Public Service Delivery. Mohammed Kamara is editor for Humanity and Watch newspapers, respectively. Thank you very much, gentlemen.
Yeah, thanks.
Now, let me go out of the studio and get the perspective of a retired lawmaker He don't serve Parliament for 15 years, and he served as leader of government business. That was his last office for Occupy before he left Parliament in 2018 after the elections. Honorable Ibrahim Rasimbundo. Look at the perspective. Parliament get very key oversight role for play over the ministries, departments, and agencies. But them in the Parliament, first of all, they perform that role there. In the first place, what's the cause from them perspective and lens? What's the cause? All of them problem here. So from them, we don't serve as lawmakers, or even currently, from what they know. I catch up with them earlier in residence, and this is what he respond to me about.
An unfortunate incident or situation, because all ministers, members of the MDA's ministries, departments, and agencies, and they appoint them under law. So now I always like for refer to the Constitution. Apart from the OTSF, the consideration where the president, where they appoint get for you, they also refer to the law. Now I make as they appoint you, they go through Parliament. For let the representatives of the people make them go scrutinize you. Then go scrutinize your education and level. Then go scrutinize you track record, where you been the, and all of that thing when necessary for them will get a very good officer. And we do in collaboration with the public, because they publish the names to the public. So if anybody gets anything contrary to within some people, I don't get quite a few representation. People and they send observations and so on. So some of them would necessary for put on oath for make them actually help on the scrutiny. We give them platform. So then people here, after the president don't appoint them, who don't scrutinize them, of course before they take any appointments, they go under oath. The fine for let the public hear about this, let them understand what in this oath, where somebody then don't appoint as minister or deputy minister. They say, me, so and so name, do hereby in the name of God swear that I will faithfully and truly discharge the duties of the office of minister or deputy minister of the Republic of Sierra Leone, and that I will support, uphold, and maintain the Constitution of Sierra Leone as by law established. So help me God. You tell God, let He even help you. That's what He can do. You don't get anything for do to support the Constitution which He provide. And the duties and responsibilities of a minister, then they're very, very clear, even mentioned inside the Constitution. But for the purpose of this interview, the experience over the period, it has been a very unfortunate time. And this misfortune will therefore confront and head on. And who are the institutions that are responsible? One, the office of the president, and two, the Parliament of Sierra Leone. Why am I saying that? We, the members of Parliament, now we they oversee, then they say oversight, the works of the ministries, departments, and agencies. And
one of the three responsibilities you get.
Yes, one of the three responsibilities for do oversight, not only on the administrative performance, but also on the performance at in the office. Because mind you, when they tell somebody say before you be minister or deputy minister, if you qualify for be elected as a member of parliament, and if you are qualified to be elected member of parliament, that means you are educated. At least section 75 will tell you say you have to be for Sabiri then write in the English language sufficient enough, with a degree of proficiency sufficient enough to enable you to take part in a debate. So therefore you are an educated person, and education they also teach you moral, not for academia no more. So all of those they go through and it provided for in the Constitution. But my brother, like I did say, we don't combine both political and ego for ruling state instead of what the constitution provide and what you swear an oath. You say they can't have the Republic of Sierra Leone as by law established, and the biggest law of Ghana, this country, now is the constitution.
So if you say the office of the president and
yes.
parliaments are kind of the two institutions who are responsible for this,
right?
That means they're not going to perform their role correctly.
Absolutely.
In terms of oversight.
Because the presidents, they hire and fire. And of course, you get the public service office, like I always say, the
public service commission.
The public service commission. All of them one and they na three arms then we go we for able for monitor and supervise. Because if the behavior of any minister or deputy minister it encounter the dictate of the constitution, you the permanent secretary or you the director within the ministry, it beholds you as a responsible person through the constitution where you self they appoint you. You they go against what the constitution say and make recommendation either to the president or to the parliament or both, so that some of this, so that then go no say so and so is going on.
So, but like you say, the constitution make the roles and responsibilities of ministers and deputies abundantly clear, and directors, permanent secretaries, and other civil servants, they get civil service code of ethics and other ethics will govern them.
Right.
Rules and regulations where they go by.
Right.
All of them know they're supposed to know. Is it that they not get, especially for the political appointees, when they can appoint them, when they feel too big because the president give them the job, that them, even if they go through orientation, that's and they feel I should have to assert my authority because the president put me here, or not the orientation of the problem, because the civil servants, more or less the directors and permanent secretaries, then they go governed by their own codes where that is civil service and public service commission they supervise.
You see, now people them personal character then keep one for go put na the job.
And not blaming it on orientation.
Well, the orientation has been going on. Orientation they go on when they appoint ministers. Then can say they can get they can get orientation. Yes, I remember severally when the problems here begin come up, ministers and they get orientation, and this orientation it has not helped too much. The president, he gets so many ministries, departments, and agencies, and irresponsibility for govern the whole state. That's too much on him. And now I see we even get a chief minister, where technically he assigned for making the supervise some of those things. At one time, we even...
And you cannot say they're not the or see...
Oh, definitely. Oh, definitely. In fact, at one time, I remember I was deputy leader. So when the leader, by then, SBB Dumbuya, been summarize about, because... So we will be not aware, say, the problems here, they happen between ministers and deputy ministers. We come out with a statement that... Then two people here, they are both appointed by the president. And also, a minister should not look at a deputy minister, because this person is a deputy minister and an entity. No. Una all day for serve at the pleasure of the president and the people of this nation. So therefore, when you did honestly, your best card should be the constitution and the rules the way for play. But now, the political aspect of it, some people, they say, I get more influence than the party pass you. I get more influence to the president pass you. I get more influence. They never put itself to the parliament too, because we not just a supervisory role, a monitoring role they get. But the one we really, then they get towards the policy where they hire and fire them.
So without they supervise more or less as parliament, you are not there anymore. Who that parliament supposed to supervise? Is it the political heads or the administrative heads? Because una politicians, politics can go to parliament, but una responsibility now for supervise. Part of the three responsibilities una get for supervise, then government ministries, departments, and agencies. So which one of them? Is it the civil aspect or the political aspect?
Both. they supervise the ministers, because we they summon ministers. We not even invite them, we they summon them. And when we summon you, now can give you everything that has to do with your character, your this.
For example, in the case of Dennis Sandi, Dr. Dennis Sandi, and then Mr. Bokai at the Ministry of Works, somebody go grumble in a corner, say the president by rights not supposed to even suspend the chief director. We're kind of not the professional head of the ministry, rather at the Public Service Commission, where the supervisor, now if we don't take inquiry, now if we don't institute inquiry against them.
Well, the president is not the head of civil service politically, so he gets the executive power for suspend both of them. Maybe he wants to get more insights before he taking final decision, for recommend for the civil servants how he should be treated, and for also relieve the minister, maybe along that line. So the president get if he see and say, let me suspend pending more investigation, because sometimes the thing either I can't run scantily or or otherwise. So
in the case of Dr. Dennis Sandi now, he knows both governments, the Ernest Bai Koroma administration, where the Julius Maada Bio administration succeed, and now he did at this dispensation, this second time where they serve the Julius Maada Bio administration, and then the same problem where they brew some of the ministries we serve, and don't come out. So now this Ministry of Works, who say currently the way they don't suspend them. So, within this, for example, so which message this supposed to send to the political atmosphere insofar as the appointments of the president is concerned, and then the civil service?
Very bad message. I hope both the executive branch and the legislative branch then will look at them critically. I mean, mind you, Dr. Sandi is not the only individual capable of handling administrative or political office in this country. So if in behavior don't reach the level of this, it's a public concern, and the two arms supposed for quickly and swiftly ensure that, because these are public offices. As dictated by the Constitution, you are serving the Republic of Sierra Leone under the supervision of both the President and the Parliament of Sierra Leone. So if you get a continuous distaste to the public that this one green person, it does have several ministries, Ministry of Works, Ministry of Lands, Ministry of this, all of it has been a problem. In fact, not to the kind person that they give go to Parliament for approval, because it has the danger.
And the same Parliament where you serve, the same Parliament don't they continue for approval, and various ministries within the appointer.
Exactly. So it has now become, it don't reach in crescendo. I hope say the mistakes where the Parliament they will be get, because instead of getting your own what you call them, your own implication in terms of approving people, when the public, because the public is highly involved. When I see then they do approval. Some people on man they count over 1,000 people for can left. It's a public approval, because it's a public office that you are going to handle. But you, the individual, now you make the Constitution day. And you self before you take the office, you take that oath day. You even evoke God. If you're a Muslim, then they ask you hold the Quran. You're a Christian, you hold the Bible. For God's sake, as a Sierra Leonean, when you take that one day, you will always remember that once upon a time, before I get this position, there was a God who I say, let help me. So let them go to pray to them, God, let God help them.
Before I end this conversation with you, a minister in any way is supposed for suspend a permanent secretary or director or chief director in this regard, insofar as what happened between Dr. Dennis Sandi and Ministry of Works and chief director?
The minister can recommend based on the evidence we get against them. So then we'll marry that recommendation to the civil service code or the public service code and take the appropriate action. But directly for the minister just can't say I suspend or this, that, no, you don't get a right day.
conversation worthy for repeat or get back to. We would get there when the time is right. Okay, now from that aspect of looking into governance and how one administrator, they overstepping boundaries, allegedly, and the other one feeling inferior while the other one they feel superior. Let's move to the next half of the show. We're going to the segments now. Let's start with entertainment, and then we join Aminata Kamara for take me through the gossips and some fun. Let's ride.
What's up, my people? This na the ENT corner on Slick TV channel 37. You know how we do anaya, and me when they bring come this episode of the ENT, me your name na Aminata Kamara. Well, so today we get a lot of things that were then na the plate, and as things then they drop, now so we the gear to una. So first of all, we start with April. April in song Controller reach 100,000 plays na Audiomack. So before we talk more about the song, let me get a snippet of the video. Control, now you gonna control me. So you see the sound, the beat, everything just supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Yes, so now be me. The 100,000 plays on Audiomack show say indeed April has done a great work. Big shout out to you, April. Incredible JJ in song Sporty Vibe don't reach 50,000 plays na Audiomack. So the artists now, the young artists then songs and just the hits and just the hits and just the hits. You know, congratulations to you, incredible JJ. I mean, you're really incredible. Bismillah now don't take the #1 spot na Sierra Leone Audiomack chart. You know, just few days after we release and #2 na I-Tribe and Rizilic, then song is sweet. #3 classic Frisco Bar Dancer. #4 Chella My Darling. #5 Zuchu Amanda, and #6 April Control. So it seems like this week Bakiteno is topping the charts. So next up on the ENT plate, D-Mac will feature Creole Messiah, then song Enough Free. Don't reach 10,000 plays also na Audiomack. You know, Creole Messiah na one artist where always they give the Creole vibe. You know, they're part of this Creole fusion. They're all Samza, Bakiteno, and the others. Salone don't be crowned as the champion of the Jollof War 2025 competition. So they don't go showcase the flavors them where the country get, and this don't make a mark say indeed Salone now we get the best jollof na the world. And I wanna know say 10 African countries them now them compete inside this Jollof War 2025 competition, and Salone emerged for be the winner. Congratulations to the chef them where they go compete, and also congratulations to us Sierra Leoneans. Jessica Sanchez don't win America's Got Talent 2025 after where he sing the music Die With a Smile by Bruno Mars and Lady Gaga. And you know, the judges them praise them, say indeed that was the best act of the night and it really deserved them. You know, the song Die With a Smile, now a very catchy song. Just imagine the way the original artist them sing you know, it's captivating. And I was saying now this person can sing this kind of way, and she emerged as the winner of the America's Got Talent 2025. Congratulations to you, Jessica Sanchez. Okay, so today don't mark 12 years since Drake dropped in third studio album where it titled Nothing Was the Same. We still there at the international stage. Now this is not a big news, yeah. So Rihanna don't finally post on a Facebook page, say it don't give birth to a bouncing baby girl. Congratulations to you, Rihanna. So, don't follow we get the updates now. Let me join Sierra Leoneans them na streets for we streetwise. If you papa na landlord and you mama na landlady, how do they call you the pikin?
Well, the pikin go be tenants. Pikin go be tenants, and that's all.
So tell the capital city of Freetown.
Yeah, boy. Freetown, Sierra Leone, like, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, so now, waiting get head, it get tail, but it not get body.
It not get
body.
Body, snake bar, so.
Tell the capital city of Freetown.
Capital city of Freetown is Sierra Leone.
If you papa na landlord, you mama na landlady, how do they call you the pikin?
Na land pikin.
So if you mama na landlady and you papa na landlord, how do they call you the pikin?
Captain.
Okay, if you get three sisters them, the one name East, the one name West, the one name North, what's go be your name?
South.
Waiting get head, it get tail, and it not get body.
I get head, I get tail.
Come on, man.
Holy Jesus.
Man a landlady and your papa na landlord, how do they call you the pikin?
Well, me na official landowner.
What is he doing? So what's the capital city of Freetown?
Well, capital city of Freetown. I will go say again at the capital city of Freetown because as a whole, we say Sierra Leone, as a whole, we go say the capital city of Freetown. So now we say again, what's not the capital city of Freetown?
So you get three brothers one are East, West, North, how do they call you?
Well, well, me actually they go still call me as the brother because me no identify outside me.
Get right here, man. Shit, I'm saying.
So Mina Patrick Salia, Minoto East, West, South, or North. Thank you, Aminata Kamara, for the entertainment news. And now let's join Mohamed Kolia for the balls. From whatever corners, they'll get the update.
Hello and welcome to the Today Show Sports Update on Slick Television, Channel 37. Inside with Today Show Sports Update today, let me start with the locals. The Sierra Leone Cycling Association President, Mohamed Kamara Sidi, don't arrive inside Kigali for the 2025 UCI World Championship inside Rwanda. Now for football, inside the Central One Football Association, the competition where they play now the central part of Freetown, where now the Kofa field. Yesterday we see a very tight match what happened between Kuto Road and Moiba community. The two teams also get a contested match because the two need a point for qualify to the next stage. Qualification at this group will be a very, very tense one because Moiba don't play 2 games and they get 2 points, whilst Kutoro don't play 2 games, they get 4 points. So everybody need for win in final match for making to the next round of this particular tournament wey na the Central One Football Association, the competition where everybody can call KUFA. Still inside football, one of Sierra Leone's most talented and one of FIFA badge referees where we get inside Sierra Leone na referee Rashid go make him way into the international scene for go officiate one match inside the CAF Champions League where they play over the weekend. And this particular match go play between a team where they come up from Algeria winner FC Kabila of Algeria and also Bibinani of Ghana. This particular game na a very tense match because the first leg of this match, the two teams then they were not and referee Rashid, they go handle this particular match where they play inside Ghana. Still, we continue with football. Banta Football Club don't reach safely yesterday inside Abidjan, Ivory Coast for continue the second leg of the CAF Confederation preliminary round where they get for play against Hafia from Guinea. This particular match na a must-win match for Banta Football Club. They for score more than 3 goals or 3 goals exact, and Hafia no respond for let the able get chance for making to the next round of this particular CAF Confederation where they make their debut. Easter Lions, on the other hands, go continue the preparation as they get for face their opponent inside the CAF Champions League second leg as they lost the first leg of this particular match inside Tunisia by 4-0, and they still continue the second leg of the match inside Tunisia, and they don't start preparation. This morning they get the first training as they prepare heavy one for return that particular result we then get inside the first leg. Every supporter of Easter Lions say the team disappoint them as they be the hope say the team go play the home match inside Saloya. Maybe they be the expect say they for play at the South Arena like Kabantadu, but they play all two the games them inside Tunisia, the home and the away inside the opponent's ground. That now one disadvantage where the fans themselves not happy with. But we wish them all the best inside the second leg of this particular match where they get for play inside Tunisia. Now for we internationals. Inside the international, we start with football as FIFA hold a serious meeting for let them get 64 countries we go to play the FIFA World Cup inside 2030. This meeting now for let them get a headway so that 64 countries go to play the FIFA World Cup we na 2030 the one for start this particular one way 64 countries they go to play. Still inside football, Brazil legend Ronaldo don't call on the head coach of Brazil when Carlo Ancelotti for include Brazil and Neymar into the World Cup squad. Inside the Europa League, as the fixtures for today, you get matches them will line up for you we get for play. We get Go Ahead Eagles, they play against FSB. Lille, they play against Brann. Aston Villa, they play against Bologna. Rangers, they play against Genk. These now the fixtures them will line up for you as you see them so on your screen. Inside the Spanish La Liga, Barcelona, they play against Real Oviedo, and Osasuna, they play against Elche today inside the Spanish La Liga. Inside Formula One oldest rider, Fernando Alonso, say it's more likely for return next year if Aston Martin team gets competition next season. Inside golf, as the Ryder Cup will begin over the weekend, Collins Morikawa said the US team done it together and they don't bond for this particular competition. Now for the tennis sport. Double world number 2, Taylor Townsend, don't pull out of the Chinese Open after they changed the schedule of the match. When all this will get for you inside the Today Show Sports Update on Slick Television, Channel 37, with me, Mohamed Kolia. Stay glued, stay fixed to Slick TV as you go follow me on with social media platforms on TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram.
From sports with Mohamed Kolia. Now, James Kamaraman go there shortly with your headlines. And quickly, your travel updates first. Aska Airlines, that's now for Friday. Note, Aska Airlines flight KP023 go left Banjul, the Gambia, stop na Freetown International Airport at 5 after 8 in the morning, Accra, Ghana, and then reach finally Lome, Togo, 8:45 in the morning. At 1 o'clock in the afternoon, Aska Airlines flight KP042 go take off from Lome to go stop now Freetong International Airport 3:55 in the afternoon, and then it reach Banjul 3:35 in the afternoon. Also at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, Askai Airlines flight KP040 go left Accra, Ghana and head to Freetong International Airport. Also at 1:30 p.m. Brussels Airlines flight SN241 will take off from Freetong International Airport and make stop in Monrovia, Liberia, and land in Brussels at 7:55 in the evening. 2:30 in the afternoon, Kenya Airways flight KQ510/11 go left Nairobi, Kenya, stop na Accra, Ghana, 5:30 in the evening, and reach Freetong International Airport 1 hour later. This flight go back Accra, Ghana, and return to Nairobi, Kenya. At 4 o'clock in the afternoon, Air Senegal flight HC213/4 go left Dakar, Senegal, reach Banjul, the Gambia at 6:55 in the evening, and continue for Freetong International Airport at 7:50 in the evening. Finally, at 8 o'clock net, Air Peace flight P47760/1 go left Freetong International Airport for go Lagos, Nigeria. It reach 11 o'clock net. In final arrival, now 40 minutes later. That night travel update. This now for guide you where they go drop off a passenger or pick up a passenger at the airport for prepare very well and early. And also wish you a safe travel. This night travel update for Friday. Thank you very much and wish you safe journey. Here now is James Kamaramane with a rundown and analysis of the day's stories, or the stories we don't break for the last 24 hours, including the UN General Assembly, I guess. Yes, good evening, James.
Yes, good evening, Patrick, and good evening, viewers. We watch you from host, and then this is how we watch you from. So go straight to education, and we'll come to the UN General Assembly, where President Biyomi address the Assembly and address the world at large. So one organization we name Girl Child Education Advocacy Network Saloon don't donate land book material them to school picking and Leicester Road community inside Freetong. Yebena Tubangu have been doing at the donation and send this report.
CEO of the network, Moses Safaya, say the donation are part of them plenty activity them for support community and people them.
We know they do a lot of activities we get for doing with charity for a very long time. If you look at our Facebook page, you will see some of the activities that have been organized in the past 2 years. So I think of doing this in my neighborhood. Can you make you see the neighbor then, the community people that they are around me today, and for make a this small donation as to how we were able to continue with the charity organization. 3 weeks ago, something just tell me, say, Moses, you know, they allow this vision for that. And I say, well, I know we're able to work and allow this time around. I go do another. Even some of the people them, the neighborhood, the people them come to me, hey, Mr. Fire, you know, put me picking name. And I say, not to me right name. Now, part of Una, somebody within the community right name. So, Una will wait for next time. They then get school bags for the girl picking them, they get fine leather bag them, and the boy picking them get popo bag where they get for go school. Then get books for class 2 to class 5, class 6, they get 50 books each. The class 6 picking them get mathematical set.
Moses say them focus for encourage picking them for do well in school so that Salon in future go get hope.
Now we logo they in the book and we motto say your future is our focus. Now that's now we main aim. The future of the kids, now they get for be the leaders, future leaders of tomorrow. So if you not support them, we not educate them, at the end of the day we will get a community where we will not be able to get leaders. You know, so for one of the things what we do is we look at the people that will do well in school and support them, encourage them to make them do well in school.
One of the parents them glad away small burden for buy learning material them for in Peking don't reduce on them.
Pretty do for me today. I appreciate. It make I feel good because things will not be really easy for me. I tell Papa God thank you because Nengi and the power, Nengi and the Zinem provide for her, make he able to provide for us. Although not to be all comrades, some comrades lesbian. So I they plead so the one that we get up and there, let them fund this organization.
For Slick TV, Mina Yebena Tubangu at the report.
The Ministry of Information and Civic Education, one of the newest arm of government, don't say it remain focused for bridge the gap between citizen and the state. Despite that, they still get fraction of the requested budget for 2025. The acting director of Government Information Service, Emmanuel Toure, has been outlining the ministry's priorities, challenges, and future ambition. Roberto Mansari gets more.
Established in 2023, the Ministry of Information and Civic Education was created to strengthen the relationship between government and citizens, while also formulating policies for civic education and providing oversight to agencies such as the Sale and Broadcasting Corporation and the independent media bodies. Acting Director of Government Information Services, Emmanuel Toure, said the ministry is determined to deliver on its 2025 commitment, even after receiving only 13% of the about 65 million new loans being requested.
What was allocated, what we requested last year, after this August budget, unanimously applauded the ministry because of our vision, our determination to take communication further. We requested for 65,819,350 loans. After you've applauded us and we were thinking, yes, we can deliver well with this amount, what was approved was 8,779,200. Now, if you look at it at percentage level, what was approved, that's just 13.34% and of the total amount. Basically, this was just like appetites. And one thing I must state here, don't look at what has been, where we said they are received from MOF. This was allocated, and up to now, as I speak, it's not in our budget. We will not be giving money, so you will ask, how are we operating? You will know.
Toure outlined some of the challenges standing in the way of progress, including inadequate and unpredictable allocations and limited human capacity. Despite these hurdles, he emphasized that the ministry's budget ambition for 2026 is to promote greater civic engagement across Sierra Leone.
Now we are requesting just small money, no more. They request back as a 14% increase, small money to 92. This is what we are requesting, so not much. You approve 62, they don't do it. Now 2 they give something, oh, make a 92, this 10 they will make a 62. I'm just predicting. For extra budgetary, we are looking forward to international media commemorations. We have World Radio Day, we have that World Photography Day, etc. And we want also from the Foreign Bureau to allocate the National Fund for Public Interest Media, $50,000, I think, have been requested in 3 sittings here, to give to the media so that they will have something that through projects or whatever to help them improve.
Looking to the future, the ministry has set its sights on building strong partnerships to develop key policy frameworks. Among them is the National Film Policy, a National Media and Information Policy, and the Civic Education Strategy. For the Ministry of Information and Civic Education, the journey has just begun. Its success will depend on how well it turns limited resources into lasting civic transformation. For Slick Television, Rabiato Mansari reporting.
Samada Bio yesterday addressed the 80 Summit United Nations General Assembly inside America. Inside President Bio's speech, he makes several calls for peace and hit on several issues that really happen at the world at large. Make you listen to some part of his speech.
Our current term on the UN Security Council has deepened these convictions. Guided by the Charter, we have championed peace through dialogue, upheld international law, and promoted prevention as the first duty of collective security. We have supported efforts to stabilize Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo, de-escalated tensions in the Middle East, supported political transition in Lebanon and Syria for peace and stability. We have also seen the Security Council's limits, its paralysis in the face of grave human suffering. Nowhere has this failure been heart-wrenching than in Gaza. A preventable genocide was not prevented. Mass starvation that could have been avoided was not avoided. A broadly supported two-state solution has been obstructed by division and inaction. We therefore welcome all member states that have recently announced their long overdue recognition of the state of Palestine. Much more remains to be done. We must bring an end to the war and ensure the release of all hostages and prisoners. Sierra Leone has not wavered. We have spoken with independence, voted with principle, and pressed for urgent action to end atrocities and revive hope. Ceasefire now in Gaza. Ceasefire now in Sudan. Ceasefire now in Ukraine. These are not just slogans. They are calls to conscience, calls to action. In fact, they are echoes of the UN's founding pledge to save succeeding generations from the scourge of war. Across the world, the UN's authority and legitimacy are being tested. Selective adherence to international law, disregard for Security Council and General Assembly resolutions, deprivation of funding, attacks on peacekeepers and humanitarian workers, disinformation that corrodes trust. When the UN works, lives are saved. When it fails, lives are lost. And reform Security Council so its authority and legitimacy match today's world. As a nation, Sierra Leone does its part and contributes.
So that's the speech of the president yesterday when he make a call that for ceasefire, Gaza, ceasefire Ukraine, ceasefire in other parts of the world. So in short, President Biobi, they called for global peace during the United Nations Summit.
And you're also on fire.
Yes, and then he forgets say Yenga. It's a serious issue, with Yenga, especially with Guinea. No,
that's why I said it. You're also on fire. The people of Guinea, the people of Yenga, precisely, still there as displaced.
Yes.
Now other villages and towns nearby. Where you cross River Makona, you come up from Guinea, you come inside Salone.
Yeah.
The Guineans occupy the very Yenga, and no mention of that in the president's statement.
No, not
yet with the call for peace in Ukraine, with the away. With the call for peace in Palestine, with the thousands or millions of miles away from Salone.
Yeah.
With the call for peace with the Sudan, with the thousands of miles away from Sierra Leone. Yet we only by there. And they terrorize the people in Yenga.
Whether the government is really serious about solving the Yenga issue. Because if you check from Pakaba in term, from what they say, diplomatic, we used to go do diplomacy for we could get Yenga back. But up to date, and if they say that they will forget them, and up to this government now is saying it's a diplomatic way we go on.
Yeah, but that's the language. That's the language when they use. Say diplomacy takes time, but eventually it will reach there. But like you mentioned, you don't take time to go the roadmap.
Yeah.
Imagine since Pakaba in time, in fact, before Pakaba in time. This issue of Yenga dates way around the colonial era or before that, in fact. And the Guineans just used the opportunity for just seize that very territory there during the war where they come for Salone and not it on again. And see it as a perfect opportunity not to go back. Let them prevent Salone from being used by anybody for enter into the territory for go wage war. And the worst now, in fact, our President Julius Maada Bio take chairman of ECOWAS. And remember, them Guinea, they under sanction by ECOWAS, so that the ECOWAS standby force. Remember, Salone don't serve as a base for the ECOWAS standby force. Let ECOWAS standby force no go can pass through Salone and go inside Guinea. So all of those dynamics, you get for begin think logically for able to come to the conclusion and realization. Say, oh, probably this is the reason Guinea is acting this way. In fact, more intensified now and more agitated about waiting Salone they do or waiting Salone not they do before or don't they accept being used for pass through the entirety for go wreak havoc. And without President Bio mentioning the younger situation, it rather don't sound unfortunate in the mouths of people whether he the statement in the form since he delivered that statement yesterday na Onga. And to me, I think to a large extent, I feel the pinch and pain of people with the comments in that regard. Yes. That would have been the perfect opportunity, the best opportunity for them. It don't re-echo the message of Salone.
It's not the first time.
Yes.
The world could continue for no say. The problem is still going on, and we are still facing the problem as a country.
But the language in governance, then say that diplomacy is the approach, in fact, the best approach. Let's wait and see what diplomacy leads us.
Yes, indeed. Go wait and see what diplomacy go bring car. So we go straight to Koinadugu. PC Fode Almami Umaru Jalloh III of Kalia Chiefdom, Koinadugu District, talked to Select TV about one area where they call bandit dispute, where they get with one tongue or chiefdom, where they call Konike Fulamusu Chiefdom inside Tokolodu District. They talk about this scene. They say after many years they don't fight for this space, and Konike always they come and disturb them. But he talk more to Slick TV. We could listen.
Paramount Chief Fode Almami Umaru Jalloh III of Kalian Chiefdom, Koinadugu District. But then crown me actually me be Paramount Chief of Nyeni Chiefdom. Nyeni Chiefdom they amalgamate we with them in 1951. So now Kalian, Wole, Barwa, and Nyeni, then they amalgamated in 1951. So me be Paramount Chief in 2010. So I ruled this amalgamated chiefdom until 2017 where they de-amalgamate. The issue now concerning one area where they call Tunkuli Forest Reserve, where Kalian Binonde in control, let me say around 1896. But officially in 1924, the British colonial government created them as a reserve. And Nami own grandpa when Paramount Chief Bafara Jalloh, name being signed the lease agreement with the colonial government. But prior to 1924, in 1923, boundary issue been laid between Konike Fulausu Chiefdom, who are currently in Tongolele district. But then they are in Mobile district. So in 1923, they resolved the boundary issue. So they create boundaries between where now popular boundary, we get huge mountain, I go say so. Then we get about other streams Sende, Torobo, Makinti, and Pampana River, who they call Sende, they call Sende River. Over 100 years, we don't get any problem with them. And on we own side, na Kalian Chiefdom, we don't produce, like me, the 6th Paramount Chief, including some region chiefs who don't in control of this place, this Tonguli Forest area. So no problem, no been there. But in 2017, we then de-amalgamate. Then the Konike Fulausu people where they they reside, then they cross over for can make farm, around that Tunkuli area. They create small villages around where they capture now we own, chiefdom and with districts, and they are well gazetted, and they vote for me in 2009-10, even though as a result of the forest reserve where they create, that Tunkuli forest, the Tunkuli community, they may get for close. Colonial time where they create a forest reserve, then they make sure say they tighten una up, they make farm, they cut sticks, so the town be closed. 1973, they re-established Tunkuli forest again. Tunkuli community, and the chief na be Brahma Sisewe Komona Barawa, when a part of Nyeni Chiefdom. So then they die around 1994. They elect another township when Sule Kabia. So this Sule Kabia, in come from Fulausu they can't team up with them people there around this period where they tell you 2017 after the amalgamation. So then begin the whole meeting, say that place they for take them, then for occupy them, and for send under Fulausu. In terms of the boundary, first of all, district boundary. Kalian then Koinadugu district. Fulausu then Tonkolele district. But prior to the creation of Tonkolele, na been Bombali district. Now because around 1930s they create Tonkolele district. So we get big mountain where it well documented. This mountain it get one water stream where they call Matorobo on the eastern side. Inflow into one other boundary, a stream where they call Makinti. Then Makinti go fall inside Pampana River. On the eastern side, towards Kono, we get Palema River. Instead of join, it go take for create for big boundary between Kono and Tonkolele and also Koinadugu district. So the boundary not a vague boundary. Now very clear boundary where anybody will go there, you go no say yes, you don't reach now another district. But we get a forest reserve, when a rich forest reserve, we then create, imagine in 1924, then create them. So now a farming area, any farm we do, anything we plant, it come on, successfully. So then during the war, around 2000 or so, when the people they seek refuge in the forest, then they don't go create small settlements then. But the then paramount chief when PC Bala Kelly Koroma the second, we may succeed, they accept them because we were all Sierra Leoneans. So they allow them for settle, but then they make sure they capture them inside of Gazette, and the township then they crown them. So no conflict not be there at all. They come peacefully and we accept them because we all Sierra Leoneans. Now until after 2017 when they amalgamate, then come on the chief by Kuru. Because Chief Baikuru let me cover the all, but when they amalgamate, when the case under and get Fulausu, then the Fulausu people then can now say they want for capture this place and put it under the chiefdom. But prior to that, Chief Baikuru, we've been on in a parliament for 20 years. They tell them say that place they not belong to we. We not go under for good fend food. So when I sit down peacefully, we are not creating any problem for ourselves. I've been raised the issue with the DO na Koinadugu and Tonkolele. We go only joint meeting there. Then look all the records from Tonkolele. The chief clerk who even go represent the DO, they tell them say we not trace any record where they show say that place there na Fulausu. They make a clearly say under na Koinadugu district. As they tell them now, they go on the rampage, say in fact they go block road, then DO they not go pass, ONS been there, ONS, Koinadugu, ONS, Tonkolele been there. Then from there, I don't write letters to the provincial secretary. Then I don't write letters to the permanent secretary, local government. I don't write letters to the minister, local government. Then they don't hold provincial security meeting on this matter twice. They don't invite we don't submit all, we document them. And also the National Security Coordinating Group, NSCGG, they don't hold meeting on this matter twice. So the matter what is the issue now really where they bug me, they don't overdue for letting themselves to this matter. And me, in a person way, I respect the law and I want peace and not like violence. Sometimes situation can be very unpredictable. You don't know the people that they deal with. The youth then sometimes if they feel say they don't get what they deserve in terms of justice, then we go on the rampage and that made afraid. Because any problem will happen yonder, situation escalate to an extent, they go hold me culpable. Then go say chief, you're not able to control the situation. But I don't exhaust all the opportunities. Then make they come again at the media for appeal. This is a strong appeal that they make to the local government ministry, to Statistics Sierra Leone, to the ONS, and all the stakeholders who are responsible for resolve boundary issues in this country. And they appeal to them, make them go back to the drawing board. Let them call we'll settle this problem once and for all. Because I don't want something happen tomorrow, start for like person die. Because what they may believe, we're not there again in the era of territorial expansion. The boundaries then there between the Koinadugu and Tonkolele districts, and it's very, very clear. So now if we just go, even statistical records, then the way they show say that particular side there, it belongs to Kalian Chiefdom. Then if you look also the forest reserve records in this country, if you go to Tungoli Forest, it will tell you say na Kalian in there. If you go to Angola, it will tell you Kailaon, Ede, or Pujaon. So all of them, they records and then all the key areas then where they look after specific, things in the country. They don't affect we in several ways. One, the school system and that Tungulide and the surrounding communities, they function well. The health system, they function well because the communicate that way they don't want to comply with the structures that way they. So now 2 sets of communicate they will get. The one they from Fulausu, then I would say most of them they're lawless as far as this issue is concerned. They know they cooperate. The one they will come on communicate standard. Then you not massing area, they don't get problem because they know say that side they not belong to Konike people and to Kranko then it belong and to Kwenedu it belong. But it don't affect the health system, it don't affect the school system, even the NGOs where they operate there, it don't affect their operations. So then sometimes they undermine anything then they carry when they undermine. Then at the same time, the tax collection, effective again. So then they comply, so then they affect with tax returns as a chiefdom. And the stakeholders we're concerned, they don't keep tight lips over them. So the other one, then they capitalize on that. The other paramount chief, they ever complain. Because in complacent with the situation, come together, not unanimously, but in the insisting and get there. But we don't control over the we own people, they don't control over a century. It's on record and it's practical. So in just one can grab the place. For me, I don't go blame again because he don't make his position clear. We still don't make his position clear. It left to now to the Minister of Local Government and Statistics and ONS for just take a decision. If they feel say they go in your way, where nothing say possible, they're not going to do that because the records speak volume and all other things the way government they do there. Even the statistics where they do, then cartographic mapping, then the NACSA can go give money to vulnerable people, Minister of Education, in intervention at that area, the schools the way they capture under Kwenedu district. So all then structure the way don't they in place with government they operate, then they speak for himself. So the matter now, not to me and in get again, no. Me just concerned because I know only problem happen at the chiefdom, then faith maybe they wound person or kill person, I don't want that. So now the Minister of Local Government now and Statistics ONS, then 3 government structures there. Now then for actually come out, I don't show documents, I don't talk with people in statistics, I don't talk with people I even write letter in statistics, I request, say we get a boundary, let them produce a map where they show clearly the boundary between Kwenedu and Tonkole and that part of the country. I do that one day 2021. So that's not my concern. How they go keep we in limbo like that one day, they hold me on children to ransom, then they pay tax, they carry them in the pay. Even last year, they even block, the ministry say, because for left not for don't let them block tax payment. And no affects them because no record no day, now that chiefdom, the way they show say, that chiefdom, that particular area belongs to them. To me, they affect me greatly because to me, they pay tax. And just imagine about 15 villages, they no pay tax. Then they don't dwindle the tax returns.
Serious issue where Chief Jallo III of Kwenedu district don't raise. So they go that officials that were responsible for go the quick one and see how they can go for settle that one there. Now all this will get to for you, now the headline will be for today. And continue for listening to it, continue to stay tuned on Slick TV. We bring a come to you today, meaning now James Kamamane.
Thank you, James. This is now what we will bring for you inside this edition, this Thursday edition of the Today Show. We'll be back tomorrow with a fresh edition. And thank you to the production team for putting this show together. Thank you to we studio guests virtually and live in with us in the studios earlier. And thank you to you. We'll take time also for watch this show as always. So, until we return tomorrow, have a good evening. My name is Patrick Salia.